Hello and welcome back to Wales, where we paint away the stress of everyday life here. And yeah, I'm often asked, Clive, I've only got a few colours and a few brushes, and I got some scrap cardboard off the back of a cereal packet. What can I possibly do with that? Well, you could make some money if you could sell these on a craft fair or something like that, or even to family members and give them to them as gifts. So without further ado, let's have a look at the palette.
Time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time. And don't forget to click subscribe.
So thank you very much for watching our quick introduction. And yeah, I got some paints left over from a lesson I've just done. I've got some ultramarine blue, or you could use any blue. I got some dirty, mucky, burnt umber, which I scraped off the palette earlier. I got some contaminated raw sienna. I've got some contaminated yellow. I've got some black, and I got some very, very contaminated titanium white. So yeah, let's see what we can do with this. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be looking at some sort of an horizon line. So we want to come down to roughly there. It doesn't matter what size of canvas or board or cardboard that you're using. It doesn't really matter. What we're going to need a little bit later on is a little bit of skill with drawing, but I can show you quite easily how to do that. So don't panic. That's the most important thing, is don't panic. Unlike all the people that are running around buying toilet rolls because of this COVID-19 outbreak. Don't panic. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. So let's just get some white on our brush. There we go, white. You might not have any media mix, which is available at the website www.clive5art.co.uk, but you just need some water or something like that. Let's just use basics today. Get some white and some blue. Any blue will do, and just go straight in to the top of your substrate. A substrate is a thing you painted on. In case you don't know, just splash it on like that. Splash it on. Splash it on. Don't worry about smoothing it down too much. Just get some more white paint and now contaminated paint, and just bring that in there like that. There you go. Just bringing that down. Down and down. Let's get a little bit more blue into the sky there, because I added the white a bit too early. Never go too early. So just bring a bit of that in like that. Let's just add a little bit more blue to the top of that sky there like that, and just let these lines show, don't worry. And then bring the white in, increasing the white as we go along down to the bottom like this. Let's have a bit of fun, just relax and enjoy. A bit more white. Wash the brush. Wash the brush in water. Get a little bit of soap. Any soap will do. Any soap will do. Don't worry about that. Don't need special soap to wash acrylic brushes. Okay, so let's get some yellow and some burnt umber and some raw sienna. Put a bit of that in the sky. Mix that with the white. Like that. That glow in the sky. Getting some more yellow. A bit more yellow. Mixing all that in with that burnt umber. There we are. Get a little bit of that raw sienna that's contaminated. Why not put a bit of that in there? There we are. Just waste paints that we would normally just throw away in a bin. That's what we would do with these. A little bit of white and a little bit of yellow. Just lighten up the base there like that. Come down to your line. Doesn't have to be dead straight. Don't worry about it. I don't worry about things like that. I don't. Bring in a bit of light So we need some white paint now. We need to bring a bit more white paint in. Just brightening off an area. You've got to be careful using white because it can make your paints chalky. But in this case we don't care. We don't mind if it's a little bit chalky. We don't. Just put a few little marks in like this. Like that. There we go. Just chuck them in. Get a bit of burnt umber. Let's darken that up a bit. Let's get some darker bits here, like this. Yeah, put a couple over there. I'm not going to add any more colours to my palette. We could do with a little bit of red, but I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to use what I've got and see what we can come up with. So we're just trying to put some clouds in, as if you haven't guessed already. That's the sky. A little bit of white down there. Chuck a bit of that, maybe. Here and there like that. It's a couple of dark, bit of burnt umber now. Let's just put a few streakers in there like that. Smoothing them out with your brush. There we go. Get some white. Get some white. Put some clouds in. If you've never painted before, have fun. Enjoy the process of painting. And that's what it's all about. It's all about enjoying the process of painting. These little fun paintings that you can do at home and with very little materials. Just invent things that'll work for you, and you'll find that your skills will come on tenfold. There we go. Get some blue, some black, some burnt umber. So we've got like a Prussian blue type of colour, because we need to put that in there now, like this. Try and keep a straight line. You try and keep a straight line. I'm not too worried, because there's always a trick you can do if you haven't got a straight line. And what that is we can put some mountains and things in like that. Maybe a bit of headland over there. Oh, there is now anyway. There you go. Don't forget, that is important. You've got to try and keep that line straight if you can. Bringing down your dark colour like this. Getting some ultramarine blue in there. Like this. Wow. Leaving this little bit open there. Getting some white paint again on the tip of the brush. Not worrying about it too much. Spreading that in a bit like this. That brush is a little bit thick actually. It doesn't matter, we'll get there. We always do. If you've painted with me before, you know that we'll always get there. And I don't panic. Sometimes I make serious mistakes, but each mistake can be a little happy accident, as Bob Ross used to say. So just go with it. The key about painting is not to panic too much and just let things happen. And if we panic, these little tiny mistakes can be big mistakes, and then we try to overwork things, and when we overwork something we make a mess. And sometimes the best thing you can do is just leave well alone. And as artists we tend not to do that. We overwork things, and that's not a good thing. You just get a multitude of colour into there. I'm just want to wash my brush. Because I want to do is get a burnt umber raw sienna, there we go, burnt umber raw sienna, bit of white. I want to get a bit of this yellowy type of colour in the water. I'm just working with the colours we got. Just working with the colours we got. Looks a bit dirty at the moment. Looks a bit muddy, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's just get some colour in there, because we can paint over that after. At the end of the day, oil painting. This is not oil painting. This is acrylic painting. So what we can do is add colour over the top of this, like that, and leave that like that. Excuse me, get a hairdryer. Not as dry as I want it, but it'll have to do. Now I'm going to zoom one of the cameras in here because I want to show you something. So first of all, you've got to be bold. So practice on a bit of paper if you don't want to do it straight onto your canvas. Go there and just go like that. Can you see that? There we go. And then we do another one then like that. Bring that out a little bit more. Down like that. Shape that edge. There we are. And then we want to put another one there like that. Another one there like that. And then we go from there. We go in, around, up and down, in, around, up and down like that. Approximately. There you go. Round the front off a little bit. Make a little mark there and just follow that up like that. Maybe bring that a bit more like that. And then we want to do that, maybe do that like that. You see what I'm trying to do, can't you? There we go. Little mark there, look. Don't worry, we'll sort that out in a second. Okay, let's get a very small detail brush. Have we got a small detail brush? We have got a small detail brush, but we'll use this one because there we go. Let's just add a little bit of black on this painting, and then we can finalise the shape of our dolphin. And this is a bit you can have fun with, and you can really enjoy this process. Make an ideal little present for someone if you know somebody that likes dolphins. And you can think of some ideas that you can do and you can practice with like this. As a beginner, it's important that you get a little bit of enjoyment from giving as well. And don't worry if people go, oh, I don't know if I like that, that shouldn't be there, that should be there. Don't be despondent if somebody doesn't like it, because inevitably what's going to happen is you're going to find that not everybody likes everything you do. But as long as you like it, as long as you like what you've done, and you know that you've done your best, that's all that counts. It is your work of art, you just happen to give it to others. So never ever, 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 ever beat yourself up about it. Because if you look at your painting and you go, yeah, I'm really happy with that, I'm really happy with that, then that's it. That's all that counts really at the end of the day. That's all that counts. My brush is a little bit thick, but this is what you might have, so this is the problem you might have. Anyway, we've got a dolphin in place of sorts. We let him dry, and as we let him dry, we will wash our brush, and we shall get some white and a little bit of blue, because this is contaminated white now. We just get our brush like that. Look, there's paint everywhere. Look, I got paint all over the ferrule. That's the ferrule, the metal bar. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We just put in some marks like this. You might have just jumped out of the water. Put some marks in. Like that. And as I said, we'll get down by here now and we'll put a bit more white in there like this. Show you a little trick by here in a second. And now people that watch me regularly have got an idea of what I'm going to do now once I've done this. So we're letting him dry. In fact, let's get the hair dryer on him. A slightly bigger brush. There we are, slightly bigger brush. Let's just get a little bit of, just use water for now, doesn't matter. This is only a test painting, a sample painting, whatever. And let's just put a bit of blue now over the top of that colour, there like this. With a nasty hair there, look. Okay, leave it the hair there. That's a bit of you. That's a bit of me, but there. That's a bit of me, I expect. Immortalised in paint. There we are. Just put a little bit of colour over the top of that. And maybe even just the edge of the brush now. And just tap in a few lines like that. Just to increase some light there. There we go, like as if there's a few little wavelets and things, I don't know. Getting a small brush, getting a bit of this brown, yellow ochre, raw sienna, whatever it is, colour. And we'll just do the underneath of his belly. Just put a little bit of highlight on him like this. A little bit on his head there like that. Maybe a bit across the top. just to make him stand out just a touch like that. A touch of black, because his eye is going to be around about there. There we are. We could put a few little birds, seagulls flying in the sky like that. There you go. Just tidy him up. Take a little bit more time. Take a little bit more time than I do, because I rush things. Because it's not about how good I am. It's about how good you are going to get by practicing and following the lessons with myself every Monday. Because I upload every Monday at 7:30 Greenwich Mean Time. And don't forget, if you first time you've watched, don't forget to click that subscribe button and the little notification bell, which is very important. And go into your iPhones or your iPad or whatever, and click the notifications in his settings in there, and just make sure that you get a notification of me every single week, and every month as far as my memberships are concerned. We'll talk about that again on another video. But until then, have a little try of this. This is a nice, quick, easy, simple little painting for you to have a go at, with limited palette and limited brushes and just a bit of fun. That's all I try to do today, is bringing you a bit of fun. So please click the subscription button down there if you haven't already done so. And over there is another lesson you might be interested in. There's a couple of links down there somewhere. But until next time, bye-bye.
And don't forget to click subscribe.